That's definitely, that was definitely something.
Yeah, it was. But we are getting into our first game. It is on Ice and Chrome, one of the new maps in the map pool. And, after laddering a bit last night, late into the night, I think it was about like 3 a.m., I finished laddering. The maps are all the same, but anyway, take it away.
Alrighty then. Well, here we have it in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ice and Chrome. The new Chromebook coming out from one of those companies, LE. We do in fact have a purple Protoss player coming down all the way from the land of Indonesia, representing Elids. Not too sure about that one, but let's go for that. Not eyelids, but Elids. We have Gomsujang.
Yaku, you're muted.
And in was key phrase. And in the bottom, no wait, top right-hand corner map, spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map, we do in fact have a Greenza coming down all the way from the land of Australia. I want to say Melbourne, question mark? Although potentially not. Potentially Sydney, somewhere along those lines. Representing Mindfreak SC, we have Chase.
Chase is ace.
Yeah, it is. And we're talking about favorites, right? In this current bracket, you have your, your Azure, you have Ranger and whatnot.
ANZ.
After a miracle run yesterday, that was definitely something to watch. But Chase, definitely up there. Not quite as established compared to a lot of the other Australian, players, but
he's one of the dark horse picks. His play it's not conventional,
to say the least. Yeah,
we shall say at the very least. But and I think it's not one of those maps like I don't know where he's gonna pull it off again. The double stack drone. Maybe, because you never know. I feel like
that's gonna have to be his silver bullet, though, right?
Yeah.
Only in a time of real desperation, when Chase is really down in a series. That, or he's ahead and he wants to clinch a quick win. Either or. Potato, patata.
Potato, patata. But it is the Twilight Council opening here from from Quantel. Now, it seems a little bit later for a Adept Prince build. Yeah. So I think maybe he either wants, just either get into a quicker macro sort of state with his play, or he wants to get into those quick DT plays for, some drops, and then maybe into an Archon drop later once, the detection is gone.
Oh yeah, I'm just watching the minerals stack up. It's not quite getting there. In fact, more gateways are being thrown down instead of that Dark Shrine. This does perplex me a little bit, but I guess it's as you said, maybe just a little bit of a later Adept timing.
Yeah.
A lot of gateways being thrown down at this stage of the game, actually. But Chase is on top of that, already with that Numanized Carapace. This Stalker is going to have quite a bit of trouble here, trying to go in. Overlord sees basically everything.
Didn't see the Twilight Council there, I'm pretty sure.
Did.
It did? Oh, okay. I must have not seen that, but... it felt like it was way too off to the side, but... Okay, it is Glaive to Depths, but I feel like this timing is a little bit later than usual. Only just getting, started a couple of seconds ago. But, maybe Quantel, he did have a deep run in our first qualifier. Especially through the lower bracket. But here comes the first 4 Adepts, and... You know what? I think with the timing, actually...
Yeah?
This may just hit just in time, but the layer is on the way, the Rotoron is almost done, so... Plus, there's not going to be too much at that third base for those Adepts to, be able to get.
Yeah, and there's not going to be too much Adepts either. The Zerglings are starting to come in, trying to intercept. Does Richard get at least one of these rogue Adepts? No, that's not enough Zerglings. But these just might be. The cavalry has arrived. But they are going to have to regroup. Chase is sort of chasing. To try to find these rogue groups of adepts, you know, just trying to cut them off before they can really get into their quote-unquote death ball. It's not really a death ball this early in the game, but kind of like that.
Yeah, but Chase needs to split up his army. Okay, there we go. He is starting to do it, but, you know, I feel like Quantel, he's just going to cancel that shade. No, he actually commits to it.
I thought for sure he was going to cancel that one, but he does commit, and this might actually work out for him. He has a lot of adepts. There's are not a lot of forces out here for Chase. Is Quantel going to do this? There aren't a lot of roaches. Every time one of them pops, the adepts can sort of, not quite one-shot them, but focus on one at a time. Although he isn't focusing on them. He is just going back and forth trying to get economic damage, and not really getting it.
And he even has enough adepts to take down a couple of roaches that are just coming out of that third hatch. And I feel like Chase, he's just going to have to sack this third for now. Sure, you got some roaches, but the shades, they're not exactly making your roaches very, very mobile. And oh my god, I do love that block on top of the ramp, though.
Is it a block, though, or is it more of a choke point for Gomsujang to take advantage of? Here comes the sandwich, though, and a very good concave coming out from Chase. But again, the shades are just too mobile.
Yeah, 15 drones already going down, plus that third hatchery as well. It is starting to snowball in the favor of Quantel. And, like, even picking off more workers here, just shading out.
There we have it. And I gotta tell you, Quirky, I was really worried. It seemed like the timing on the Twilight Council was late. You know, Ice and Chrome, it's a very large map. It felt like... I honestly thought Quantel might have lost that just off of...
yeah, I thought it
timing,
was a later timing for those Glaive devs, but I don't think Chase was ready enough, you know, prepared for that. Just as much as, you know, other people have been in the past.
And in the end, we saw how it went down.
It just shows the power of those Glaive Adepts, you know. With, you know, the shades, the roaches not quite getting their speed just as yet, having to defend, Chase not splitting up his army enough to combat, you know, the adepts as they were shading, you know, trying to whittle down the numbers, but try and also split up his army to try and chase down the shades, you know. So it just seemed like, you know, Chase, I don't think he's played against the style as much as he has.
Oh, that's my intention.
Yeah.
That's my intention, I can tell you that. Chase is not the reactive macro player usually. So, we'll definitely have to wonder how game number 2 will go around. Chase, definitely a player known for his variety. You know, it's been sort of revered for basically being Mio Micah's apprentice in some respects.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, I can see that. I
can see it because it's clear. Alright, we are now going to be loading on in. Game number 2, it's going to be Chase versus Quirky.
Yay. Alright, let's go random. I actually know, I'm confident in my TVZ. Oh
no, I'm facing Chase now, apparently. Let's do this for the honor of Indonesia. I won't let you down, Quantel. Hearts.
He doesn't love a little bit of the hearts.
It's a very interesting ingredient to use.
You
need to have it in moderation, though. A lot of fat in those hearts.
Hey, unless you get a fatty heart, and then it's just...
Yeah. That's quite... Exactly.
Yeah. we are going on to Everdream for a second map. And there was a trend we saw yesterday with how map picks. It was either Everdream or Eternal Empire for the first map. The second map would be the map that wasn't picked for the first map. And then either the third map would be Ice and Chrome or Death Aura.
So already we're breaking away from the mode a little bit.
Yeah, just a tiny bit, but you know, it's still the same 3 maps. You know, Ice and Chrome, Everdream, and then third map's Eternal Empire. I'm just gonna.
Has
anybody played the new maps?
Oh, forget the new maps. Has anybody played Golden Wall? That's what I want to know.
No, that was GPO.
Oof.
I legit want to say no.
Like maybe one series.
I'm pretty sure there's one series that I may have casted that I can't remember.
And speaking of not remembering, Quirky, here we are loading in onto the top right-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map. We do in fact have our greens coming down all the way from the land of Brisbane, I want to say? No, somewhere, maybe it's like
Australia, it's still embarrassing.
From the land of Australia, he is the ace himself, known for being quite a bit of a madman. Representing Mindfreak SC, we have Chase. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we do in fact have our purple Protoss player. Not Pez this time, but the Indonesian Pez, representing the land of Indonesia. We do in fact have, you know him as Gomsujang, we know him as Quantel. Not to be confused with Quantic. Okay. I'm gonna put you on the spot real quick and ask you to take over observing for just a quick minute.
That's alright. So, we do see the probe of Quantel, you know, just going for the scout, you know, trying to see if it was like an early pull timing, but it wasn't, was the hatch before pull here. As we do have the Cybercore going down, as well as that natural nexus for Quantel as well.
Right. But other than that, it's just
pure sailing at the moment, you know? Just good old standard PvZ.
For now. A little bit surprised that, a little bit surprised that Chase, you know, we are on Everdream, didn't go for something a little bit more, you know, something a little bit more aggressive right out of the gate. I don't want to say he had to proxy a hatch, but he could have.
He could have indeed. As the Fen hatch is going down.
Yeah, nice and standard.
Probe will get away as that first attempt is being made by Quantel, and it's the Twilight Council again.
But is it going to be a depth printer? That is.
I got a feeling it is going to be a depth printer this time.
If it worked on Ice and Chrome, I can tell you it will definitely work on Everdream. I mean, we saw. It was a little bit of a late timing on a massive map. In fact, I want to say the largest map in the current map pool. And it still worked out. If you can get it down on a much smaller map like Everdream, or if you get into the position where you're in a smaller map like Everdream, I would say go for it. But that's also a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it? As it does mean that the distance between the bases are a little bit shorter. Not too much.
Yeah. Well, that Overlord of Chase is going to be getting in. Gonna see what is up. We'll see. Oh, it's the same timing again. Great.
Well, this time Chase does not have a roach run ready prepared. You should see one being thrown down now. There it is. But is it gonna be too late? I'm gonna say no. Because we saw what happens when we think that things are too late.
Yeah.
They end up being perfect. More and more adepts being thrown down, more and more build-up getting prepared here by Gomsujang. Chase just trying to get some proactive defenses up, throws down that spine crawler, and this is going to help immensely compared to the previous game. There's one thing I never really considered, Quirky, is just how much health a spine crawler has. They can tank a surprising amount of damage.
Yeah, until it gets to that later game, then they're just like delaying by like 2 seconds.
Yeah, well, at that point, you're going to need more than one.
Depth printer, and this is a lot. Generally, you start out with like very small, but Quantel, he's gone big or go home for this one.
That's how we do it in Indonesia, kind of. Not really.
Alright, well, Shade is complete up onto the top ramp there. The roaches are there. Do manage to shave up a number of these adepts here.
And honestly, I'm not sure who's getting the better end of this trade right now, as you know, both of them are on pretty low supplies. They've traded queens and roaches for adepts. And this...
Yeah, look, that's round. Actually pretty decent. Does take a number of those old adepts. Oh, but they do manage to get into the natural mineral line here. But you know what? Chase, he cleans it up this time.
That he does. It all comes down to spore crawler? No, spine crawler here, Quirky.
Yep.
That and the lower bases. Now, we do see that this is not quite going to be a standard counterattack coming out from Chase.
Yeah, but if you get enough roaches, you know, just go pure roach. But, no, Quantel, he still wants to keep up that pressure.
And he's doing a pretty good job of doing it. I do like that Quantel has just about stopped producing adepts at the moment. I spoke a little bit too soon, never mind.
That's a full wall off at the natural.
I'm not even sure if a Zergling can go through. No, it cannot. As Chase now demonstrates, this could be the mistake that just cost Chase the entire game. Can he get a cancel? No, he does get the cancel right at the last second. Nicely done by our Australian Zerg player. He is going to have to be very on top of that one drone, making sure that it can wall that off. And will it get it? Not quite. The shade preventing that building from going down, and the adepts do manage to go through. This is looking like it could be a lot of damage coming in to Chase.
Oh, but wait, this probe's going down as well. A roach drop was happening in the main of Quantel as well.
That it was. It is only 4 roaches, though, versus 1 immortal. This is starting to look pretty rough. Now another one getting down. This is a little bit of an awkward base trade that we're seeing in the early game. And I gotta say, Quirky, I'm thinking Quantel is favored.
Yeah. 16 drones already going down. It's not favored for our Australian Zerg here. But, you know, he does manage to hold right now. It's not that far behind in workers. You know, you can macro those right back up as quickly as you can as a Zerg, so it's not that bad.
Exactly. One thing to always keep in mind is just how committed the Adept Printer really is. You can sustain quite a number of drone losses. Obviously, it's not ideal, but you can get away with it so long as you manage to hold it in the end and have enough to counterattack, like Chase appears to have, anyway. It's gonna come down all the way to these surrounds, but it's not gonna be enough. GG is called. And in the end there, wowee. Way too much economic damage was sustained by Chase. Way too much really went down there. And in the end, Chase just did not have enough to really go for that counterattack that he wanted to go for.